right, so what is going on? This is GBA Reviews, also known as Good, Bad, and Atrocious. And I am bringing you a review today of a movie by the name of Secuestro, also known as Boy Missing. It is a movie from Spain from 2016, right? If you want to watch this movie is available on Netflix. All right, so it is starring a woman by the name of Blanca Portillo. All right, this is the mother in the movie, right? She's one of the main characters. We follow her a lot throughout the film. We also have a young boy, Mark Mark D. All right, so Mark D is the young child in the movie, right? And we also have Andres Herrera, who is also the man accused in this movie of kidnapping the young child named Charlie, right? But then we have the star, the person that I like the most, the reason that I even watched this movie. His name is Jose Coronado. All right, this is the father in the movie. This man is amazing. I've watched 3 movies, planning on watching a 4th one with this man, right? A very great actor, carried the movie completely, in my opinion. Not really carried the movie, but every time he's on the screen, he steals it. All right, so let's get into what this movie is about, the nitty gritty. Okay, so this movie is essentially about a young boy who's walking down the street in a dazed state of mind, and he's picked up by the law enforcement, obviously, right? So his mother's this big hotshot attorney, and she finds out that her son's been kidnapped on his way to school, right? So they pick him up, take him to the police station, and they're questioning him and trying to figure out who is the person that kidnapped this young boy, all right? So the young boy does eventually identify somebody as the potential kidnapper, and then that's where the movie starts to develop, right? The one thing I enjoyed a lot about this movie is it takes a lot of twists and turns. So let me slow it down, and I'm going to break it down in 3 sections. The good in this movie, right? Just like the title. The good, the bad, and atrocious. Let's talk about the good first. The good in this movie is the actors. The actors do an amazing job. The young boy that plays Victor, the one that was kidnapped, he does an amazing job as a kid. He's in the movie, he's deaf, so he plays the role very well. I actually wonder if that young man is actually deaf. I'll have to look into that. Also, the lady that plays the mother, Patricia, she does a very amazing job. This movie follows her throughout. It's basically her film. She's the center focus of this film. She does a really amazing job. She's very powerful. She's very emotional, and you can feel it through the movie. Now, this film does have subtitles for those of you people that are like, well, I don't like subtitles. I don't like to read. Oh, well, you're going to have to read in order to watch this movie. It's a very good movie. It's worth it. Just trust me, all right? Trust me. Now we have the father. The father, can't think of his name right now, but the guy that's played by Jose Coronado, the guy that I actually like a lot, right? So me and my wife have actually watched 3 films with this man in it, and every film that we watched so far, he's knocked it out of the park. Today, we're actually going to watch a 4th film with him, and we're going to see if the streak continues. But he knocks it out of the park, even though his role is kind of minor in this movie, and he's not really the central focus and in the spotlight all the time. He does an amazing job at whenever he's on camera. Whenever he's on camera, he steals it. He's powerful. You can sense it through the movie, right? And then another thing that I enjoyed about this movie is the twists and turns that it takes. Now, I can't really go into details to tell you exactly what the twists and turns are, but this movie has some, and they're really, really good, right? It kind of takes a little time to develop, but we'll get to that in a minute. Another thing I like, one of the biggest things, the ending of the film kind of feels like a Saw movie, right? Not necessarily, somebody gets hacked up into a billion pieces or whatever, but how the ending is kind of unexpected, right? You remember how every time you watch a Saw movie and you would get to the end of the movie and you're just like, what? That happened? Yeah, this is one of those kind of movies, right? And that's the one thing I enjoyed about it a lot, right? Trust me, when you get there, I don't think you'll be able to guess it either. Now, the bad. Now, my definition of bad might differ from a lot of other people. When I say bad, I mean things that are kind of like, but you can deal with it. It's not going to immediately impact the movie. It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to be like, okay, this makes the film completely unwatchable. It's bad. It's like something that's like maybe like a plot hole or something, a problem in the movie, but something that you can get over and keep enjoying the movie, right? The only thing that I can think of that might be considered somewhat bad in this movie is it's pacing, right? If you're one of those people that can't sit still or you want things to happen like immediately, you're probably going to get bored in the first 30 minutes of this movie, right? It takes its time to develop, and that's usually what happens with film. Pacing is very important. Is detrimental to the storyline, right? So if you're one of those people that you don't really like slow movies at the beginning, then you're probably going to check out and you might not like it. Another thing too is, even though this isn't a problem with me, I know this is a problem with other people. Some people don't like subtitled movies. This movie is in Spanish. A lot of people don't like subtitled movies. A lot of people don't like to read. I see my wife over there raising her hand. She's waving her hand like she just don't care. That's awesome, right? But she doesn't like subtitled movies, and she loved this movie, right? But she also understands Spanish, so she's biased. You still read? Okay. All right. So the bigger point in the movie, if you don't really like subtitles, you might not like it. For me, it doesn't really play a part. Like, it doesn't bother me. I've watched subtitle movies for a long time, so it doesn't bother me. All right. So it's not a problem with me, but it might be a problem with you. Now, the atrocious. Is there anything in this movie that I consider atrocious? Honestly, no. This movie was a very good movie from beginning to end. The pacing was amazing. The actors were amazing. The storyline to me is a storyline that's been told, but at the same time, it's twisted in such a way where it doesn't seem like it's completely a replica of some other movie. To me, it did a really good job at being unique, and that's what I really enjoyed about this movie for the most part, right? If I had to give this movie a rating on a scale of 1 through 5, I would definitely give it a 4. It's a really good movie, right? Amazing movie. And honestly, I would recommend watching it. Me personally, I'm probably going to buy it and put it in my collection because I am a collector of movies. So why don't you take a minute, go on Netflix if you have an account. If not, you better go get you a free trial or something. Find this movie called Boy Missing. I swear I want to say Missing Boy. Boy Missing, and click it and watch it and enjoy it, because I guarantee you are going to like this movie a lot. And this is not going to be the only movie that I review that has a Jose in it. I am probably going to review 2 other movies with him in it for sure. But this was the first one on the list. I had this app or whatever that picked randomly a list of movies that I watched. It picked one of them off the list, and it just so happened to be Boy Missing. And this is one of the films that I greatly enjoy. So go ahead, check it out on Netflix, hit that subscribe button, leave comments or questions, or you can even recommend a movie that you want me to watch. Until then, this is The Good, The Bad, and The Atrocious GBA Reviews. I am Davey from the 80s, and I am out. Adios.